All right, just also, I mean, if the cat interrupts or whatever, that's fine. But like, try not to be like talking to it and stuff during the actual recording.
Or
Yeah,
hit
Other
yeah.
mute.
than, yeah,
Understood. I will try not to talk to her unless she interrupts us first.
right.
That's right. I'm not talking to you, kitty.
All right, starting in five, four, three, two,
Two,
one.
one.
Welcome to the RPG After Years, your weekly show covering all things RPG, past, present, and future. I'm Jay.
I'm Scott.
And I am Ricardo Alpizio.
Today we have a very special episode. It is our first ever patron episode starring GenericFighter.
Hello. Greetings, salutations, and hey.
But before we focus on GenericFighter, our new friend but longtime acquaintance, let's have a nice little catch-up sesh. So Scott, what's been going on with you, hombre?
I just wanted to say real quick, in case it wasn't clear, one of our Patreon benefits that Generic Fighter is now taking advantage of is the ability to have an episode that's all about them. It's like a listener spotlight. So that's why he's here, and we're glad to have him. But yeah, so been like a sort of a lighter week for me. Doing these catch ups more often has really it's going to shorten this segment, obviously. Um, so I've been playing Celeste. I've mentioned before that I tried to play the DLC, and I found it really fucking hard, like harder than I could actually manage to accomplish. But then I was informed by I can't remember. I think it was Kai. They said that there's accessibility options in the game to where you can like be invincible or like infinite dashing. So I turned that shit on, which is just cheating. But I just wanted to see the story at that
It's
point.
not. It's included in the game. It's not cheating. It's a
There you
mechanic.
go.
It's a very powerful mechanic.
So I cheated like 2/3 into the level, and then I
Took
found out
advantage of the mechanics.
took advantage of the mechanics until I was about 2/3 into the level, and then found out that you have to have like all the collectibles from the B side levels, which is just like a harder version of all the regular levels in the game. And I was like, Jesus Christ! And then I just pulled it up on YouTube after that and watched the rest of the scenes. It's like,
Now that's cheating.
yeah, right. um, Obviously, NieR Automata. Got to the RPG Club checkpoint for that. We'll go into the more detail on that a little later. Corey's been playing Pokemon Shield again, and he's actually really close to the end. I think all.
Expansions too.
Say what?
Expansions too, or no?
No, no, no. Just the base game. He's at the point where like the
Sorry,
darkest.
I couldn't get to my mute.
No worries.
Have you ever been mid sneeze and you like lose all control of your body? Because I just
All the time.
I tried to get to my mute button, but nothing was working.
You know, they say an orgasm is like 100 sneezes at once, or like that's
Well,
some kind of scientific thing I've read
I
before.
just had 1/10 of an orgasm right in front of you guys.
There you go. But no, he's at the story point. Like he's been through all the final tournament, and the darkest day has started, or whatever. Like the plot shit that happens at the end there.
Oh, he's close.
So
Very close.
how long is that segment before you actually get to the championship, like final match?
He probably has like another hour
I
left,
was say,
unless he
yeah.
just gets the floor wiped with him in the battles.
Okay, yeah, he's not been having any trouble with any of the battles at all. So
I know Megan had a lot of trouble with the legendary, like the main big legendary that's coming up.
okay, is that like part of the plot, or is that like the bonus thing that you can do after?
It's part of the plot.
Oh, okay. Uh, been playing Life is Strange 2. We finished episode 2, and then we tried to play episode 3 last night while we were over at Lauren's, and it was having like sound issues. Like the dialogue would like randomly cut out, and I don't know if it's because of something with the way her sound is set up, or if it's like the PS5 having problems emulating that game. Because it was the first time I've played it on the PS5. I don't know, but we're going to test it later. I'm a little worried. And then Dark Pictures Anthology, Little Hope. We actually beat that last night. It's a very short game. And thanks.
Looks scary.
It has a lot of jump scares.
We'll talk about that.
Those are the worst. Like I don't do jump scares. I can do like what can I do? I actually don't know what I can do because I feel like jump scares are all horror movies really have going for them, but I can't do jump scares or
I
horror
don't do
games.
scares, period.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough.
Seriously, I have enough sleep problems. I don't need more.
I am very afraid of the dark. Ever since, so I watched the movie Darkness Falls. It's about the Tooth Fairy. I watched that back whenever I was like 10, 11, and I've been scared of the dark since. It ruined me.
Meanwhile, I'm a horror buff. Like, if I will put up with like the shittiest movies and games if it's horror. So, but actually, I ended up liking Little Hope quite a bit, a lot more than Man of Medan, the first game in that series. And although I did have like 3 of the 5 characters die like right towards the end, I thought we were doing good. But what you gonna do? You've been playing that too, right, Rich?
Oh, we'll get there.
Okay, all right.
Perfect segue.
I think that's it for me.
Yes, perfect segue into mine. So I have been enjoying the loving shit out of my PS5, which has kind of caused a little issue there. But I've been playing Spider-Man, the first game. Call
Rich
of
is
Duty.
getting divorced, unfortunately.
Again?
Call of Duty, Black Ops Cold War. Playing a lot of Nazi zombies. Holy crap, it's amazing.
Is it really good?
Oh,
I haven't played Nazi Zombies since I don't know the second one, whichever one was in Black Ops, right?
I think
it's
so.
A really
yeah.
good one.
Yeah, it's got the first Nazi zombie map that they ever did, and they've expanded it. The haptic feedback on these controllers is a game changer, and they've just added classes and things like that you can take into the game itself. So it's pretty nice. So
we talked about it last week. That controller, just the haptic feedback, is like legit.
Oh yeah,
and I found out it's by the same company that did like the HD rumble in the Switch Joy-Con.
Oh, look at
you would think
guys.
they would have put like a copyright on that or something, but
yeah. And then I've been playing Man of Medan.
Oh, so you went backward, right?
Yeah. Wait, is that the first? That's the game that's first before Little Hope, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I've been playing that one first. I haven't done Little Hope yet.
Okay.
I will.
For some reason, I thought it was Little Hope that you had started.
No, I want to play this one first. Destiny 2. I've been playing the new Beyond Light because that just came out too, and then not NieR.
Something happened in Destiny 2 yesterday, right? Like, saw
yes,
everybody talking about some kind of crazy raid or something.
The raid went live.
Beat it or something.
Yeah, first world, first clan to beat it. The raid, and then there's the hunt of the survival or hunt of the. I can't remember what it is. It's a big story quest for that. I haven't got to that part yet, so I'm so far behind. I'm trying to play catch up. Man of Medan. Probably had to change my pants like a couple times.
Where are you in it?
I just got to the part where everybody's still alive. We are getting ready to go find the communications tower.
Okay, so you're actually on the ghost ship.
I'm on the boat. I'm on the boat.
Right. Okay.
I find it very weird.
to me, the best part of that game is before you get on the ghost ship. So
Oh.
I like all the regular boat stuff.
Did you have what's his name? Is it Connor?
Is that like which one is that? I don't really remember
brother,
the names.
The brother.
Oh yeah,
The white brother, not the black brother.
the party boy.
The party boy. Did
Yeah.
you have him escape like right off the bat?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
I did. I didn't realize I did it, and then he just took off. And the guy's like, "Looks like you had one of your survivors even get away." I'm like, "God damn it! He's a punk. He's a punk bitch," and he just took off.
Well, he made the right choice considering
He did.
what's coming up.
He did. Everybody's still alive, so we're getting ready to do that, and it's pretty nice. A lot of jump scares. Jay's right. I played it until like 12 o'clock at night on Friday night. It's a little creepy.
Nice.
So, but it's good. I like it.
And what were you saying about NieR?
Not NieR.
You didn't make it, right?
Shame.
Nope. But here's the thing. I'm looking at the track of it, and I'm literally 2 little spots away. I could have just knocked it out yesterday. I didn't even think about it. I was just like, I was playing all these games, and yeah.
Is it one of those spots literally just like go talk to somebody and like
think so.
Yep.
You're so close.
I got so wrapped in playing other games, which never happens, by the way. I mean, you guys know that I don't play very many games, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, PlayStation 5, play.
I found out with NieR that it's like no matter how far away you are from the checkpoint, you will get there before you realize it. Like this happened to me the time before. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to sit down for 5 hours and play this chunk. And then it's like, oh, I'm here. Oh, okay. I have 4 hours left of my time.
They really fly by if you're just doing the story.
That's what happened to me in the first set. This is me playing all the way from that first checkpoint.
Right.
Last time when I just blew past it all. So
it's still a strike, Richie Rich.
I know.
You know,
it's a strike.
There's a good
It's a strike. Uh-oh.
What?
Looks like Jay is frozen.
good parable about a tortoise and a hare. Oh, hear me?
Yep, now we can.
Hello.
You
My
froze. You locked up for a second.
Am I good?
What's this
What was
thing
the
about
last
a
thing I
tortoise?
said?
Tortoise and a
I
hare.
said Hold on. Let me send a message to I'll go tell everybody to turn off their Wi-Fi.
Oh.
Okay.
You seem fine now.
I was saying there's a really good parable about a tortoise and a hare that really draws a conclusion with your experience with NieR now.
Yep. Don't worry. I gotta, my goal is to beat Scott at this game.
You might.
I might. It's just so much new stuff came out, and then it was a terrible play.
All right. Well, what about you, Jay?
Me, I have had a pretty slow gaming week. I've just played NieR and Trails of Cold Steel. I was going to play Genshin Impact a little bit because I have it on my phone, but I never found time to actually play it.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, I played that too.
I will at some point.
I fired that up on my phone as well.
Your time's over.
I know.
Your time's over. It's over. My turn now. So I made it to the checkpoint on NieR, which we'll talk about towards the end of this episode. And I've continued to chip away at Trails of Cold Steel. Nothing's really happened. I'm making my way through it, and I feel like I sit down, I play it for an hour, and then it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't do one battle in that hour. I still like it. I like the story building, but it's a slow burn. I did, however, start an amazing anime called Jujutsu Kaisen, and so good. It's phenomenal. There are not a whole lot of anime that I like. I'll like watch the first episode dub. There's nothing else dubbed on it, and so I just go watch the subbed. There's not like I did that for Demon Slayer, and I'm doing it for this one because it's really, really, really good. So I thought I should mention that ended up.
I saw your tweet about it.
It ended up being much better than I was expecting, and much better than any of the video games that I'm playing right now.
I don't even think I've even heard of that. So
if you follow anybody who's even remotely into anime on Twitter, you've probably seen GIFs or something or pictures of it because it's pretty popular right now. But yeah, overall, nothing for me. I have this whole next week off of work because it's a company holiday week. So I'm likely going to play bunches of video games.
I was about to ask you, where's FF5 on this list?
Not. But we did get our new couch. I don't know if I told you guys. We got a freaking huge sectional that like pulls out. It's basically like just a bed, like 2 king size beds at some point. And we bought it a couple months ago, and it finally came in from the distribution center, and they called me, and I went to go get it scheduled. And they're like, well, our delivery team had a run-in with COVID, so we're backed up. We can't do anything until December. And by that time, we had already cleared out our living room, like the couch that was in our living room. And so I had to go rent a U-Haul and like go grab it myself. And that was an awful, awful Friday evening, because I don't know about you, but I do not like driving box trucks. I drove a box truck.
Oh, yeah.
Big delivery box trucks for like a year and a half whenever I was a furniture delivery person right out of high school. But it's awful. It's the worst. Very stressful.
I don't do those either.
Send pics. I want to see the couch after this.
I will do that. But that's it for me. How about you, Generic? What you been up to this week?
You're muted.
Oh boy, this is a. You can. Hello?
Yeah,
We could-
you're
yeah, we
good.
could hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I must have bumped the thing. Anywho, so what have I been up to? Oh boy. Let's see. Let's start out with, for the first time ever, I am playing Pokemon Generation 4.
Oh God, I'm not good at name a title. I don't know so
I am playing Platinum.
Platinum. Okay,
And I
that's
have
a good one.
And I have a
good one.
Turtwig. And that's about
Nice.
the moment, because I just started really.
That's probably one of my favorite generations.
Yeah, it's the only one I hadn't played some version of before now. Hey, no bitey. No.
We have a cat in the chat.
Yes.
Real quick, Duffy, TJ, and Fear Maxi, we can read the chat live. We are here, and feel free to participate in the episode. We'd like to include people as part of the show. So,
Alrighty then. So what else? What's next on the list of things that I have been up to? Let's see. Most recent game I finished was Ys 8. Well,
how was that?
Story. It was pretty good. You know, it was. I think I played it through on like the easiest mode, so almost nothing was really tough. No, bad. Go away. No.
Did you say you finished it?
The main story, I started some of the like post game things, but haven't done all of those yet.
All right. Well, you beat a game, so there you go.
Yeah. Other news. Let's see. What else have I been doing? I am currently about nearly 2/3 of the way through Shin Megami Tensei 1.
Oh, wow. That's on the Super Nintendo, right?
Well, Super Famicom originally.
Oh,
Never
right.
came over here, except as a, fan translated reproduction cart stuff. But yeah,
Ooh, naughty.
yeah.
We
It
don't
actually-
do that here.
That's
Never.
illegal.
Yeah, well, if they sell it to us, if they actually had it for sale from the actual, producers of it in a translated form, well, I would have bought that, wouldn't I?
You
Right.
make a valid point.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, I'm not going to be able to play it in English in any other way, really, so.
Yeah, that's true. I do think if you have a Japanese Nintendo account, it's on their Nintendo Switch Online, but obviously not in English. So
Yeah. Anyway, so.
Oh man,
I've been
I'm looking at pictures of this first Shin Megami Tensei, and it's so old school.
Yeah.
are you enjoying it at least?
Oh, yeah, it's cuckoo bonkers. I mean, really. I mean, it's been some weird-ass shit.
Well, that doesn't surprise me coming from that series.
That's-
I mean, that series has pretty much been weird-ass shit from the beginning. there's a phrase called Disc 3 crazy. Shin Megami Tensei has been Disc 3 crazy since about maybe 30, 40 minutes into the series.
Yeah, I haven't heard that phrase before, but I think I'm gonna adopt that.
Yeah,
Disc 3 crazy. That's a good one.
it's from another podcast.
Mm.
It's about video games.
We don't talk about other podcasts here. I'm
Yeah,
just kidding.
yeah,
What
I
is
know.
it? What podcast?
Square Roots. It
Oh, I've
was
heard of
one
them.
Yeah, it was one of their earliest. Their first series was on Final Fantasy 9, and I think it was coined during that.
Yep. Okay.
So yeah.
Well, any other games in the past week or so?
What else? What else have I been up to? The other thing. Let's see. The other big thing as far as RPGs. I gave my first attempt at the Journey's End stuff for Octopath Traveler, and realized I need another day worth of time to actually get through it. Because
That's like the post game dungeon, right? Once you've cleared.
Sort of, yeah.
You just need to grind. Are you like?
No, I just need actual time to do the things, because once you go into the final area, you have to do it all or nothing.
Yeah, I've heard it's a beast.
And I got about maybe halfway through when I realized, I got I've been doing this for about 4.5 hours, and in about 2 hours, I have a podcast to record, so no.
That's our life, especially Jay.
Yeah. Also, I probably should have gotten better. I need to stock up on stuff, like consumables. I used up every single one of my, silence cure things on the one boss. And of course, it was the first one.
I've started new games on Octopath Traveler more times than I care to mention. And I always get about halfway through and get to some point to where I'm like, man, I really got to grind, because it goes from like 0 to 60. And I'm just getting demolished by like the randos in the area. So I'm like, okay, I need to probably grind for about 2 or 3 hours or get better at this game, both of which are going to take a long time. I'll come back to it later. And then I just...
Yeah.
Basically,
I got to a couple of points where, like, all right, the thing I'm supposed to be doing is a little tough for me because of something or other. So I'm going to take a break from the game for a while, come back. You know what? This is why I didn't, stopped. So I'm going to go do something completely different. Come back.
Right.
Basically, I had finished, I think, everyone's chapter 3 and a couple of chapter 4s before I decided to come back to that chapter 3 that I was having trouble with.
Yeah, makes sense.
It was like, I thought this guy was tough.
Yeah, I could see that.
Guy isn't tough anymore.
Right.
It's a pushover.
That's always fun whenever you get like New Game Plus type stuff like that.
Yeah, I do like that kind of thing too.
All right. Well, is that about it for you?
That's, as far as RPGs, that's basically about it.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
awesome sauce. So let's move on to the save state. All right. So, like Scott had mentioned earlier in the show, the RPG After Years does have a pretty kickin' Patreon. We do put a lot of time and effort into it. Rich, tell us a little bit about our Patreon.
You got it. So early episode access, ad-free episodes, the aftercast, which is one of my favorite things to do, the extra reviews, the RPG Club nominations, and voting, and many more. You guys can find that at patreon.com/RPG After Years.
Do you enjoy the Patreon, Generic?
I do enjoy the Patreon.
Get out of here, Rich.
They're talking to me.
You're muted.
Not again.
It's fine.
Yeah. Yes, I have been. So I figured out what this mute thing does and how to tell what's what. All right. Yes, I've been enjoying it pretty much.
Okay. Well, do you think it's worth the money?
It
Don't
depends.
Don't put him that much on the spot.
It
Yeah.
depends. It depends. Then I need to see more. So
All right.
Or
so Who's gonna be the first to do the honors?
What do you mean?
Rich, are you gonna
You know?
strip? Where's the feet?
I mean,
Oh, I
could
see
do
what
it.
you mean. We need
I
more
could
feet
do
pics.
I'll
Well,
take my shirt off. It's fine. I'll do it.
nah, it's okay. It was a joke, mostly.
I mean, I'll do it. For money, I'll do it.
Another place that you can find us is on Twitch. We are streaming now to Twitch. You can usually find us around 9 a.m. Eastern time on Sundays, but we do have little one-off shows that we'll be streaming, like extra reviews that Scott and his little group of nerdy friends like to do to get together. And then we'll do some aftercasts every now and then, but usually those are just ramblings of political madness nowadays. But maybe one day we'll have some more controversial video game related stuff. Maybe after Cyberpunk's out and it falls apart. We'll see.
Yep.
Ooh.
So Corey and I have actually been on kind of a tear where we're doing like almost a weekly bonus review, and our normal time for that is 11 a.m. on Saturdays, and those are usually reserved for patrons. So if you're interested in that, but you don't want to give us money, that's your only chance to catch it is over at Twitch when we do those.
So be sure to subscribe and follow the Twitch so you can get alerts on when we stream. Yeah. What's the newest patron benefit, Scott?
So like Rich mentioned, there is some benefit to the RPG Club segment, which is basically like a book club, but with RPGs. We do it every other week on this show. And if you are a Patreon patron, then you get to participate in the nominations and voting for that. But it's open to the entire community. We just want as many people as possible playing together with us. So right now we're in the throes of NieR Automata, and today is the checkpoint. So the next checkpoint is in 2 weeks. Finish the MIA mission in Route B by December 6th. So apparently at some point during this segment, we will hit credits, but that doesn't mean you're done. So just keep playing on to your second playthrough.
When are we going to find out who Mia is?
That's not funny.
I
I wish I need like a rim shot drop or something.
Yes, you do. But now, with the save state out of the way, let's move on to the news.
Yes, let's.
Hear ye, gather round for all your news. Stop your clatter and listen close. Alas, you won't believe your ears. Listen close for the news.
All right, so we do have a pretty light news week. So I'll go ahead and kick us off with a couple of stories. The first one being that Assassin's Creed Valhalla series history. So all Assassin's
Say that
Creed
again. You
games
locked up for a second.
Oh no. Which one want me to start at?
Just the news, what the story is.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla has the biggest launch week in the series history. So that's all the different Assassin's Creed games that have come out. That's pretty big.
Yeah, is it just
Am I
because
unstable
it
again?
would be in like a next gen thing or what? Is this the first time the new generation has launched with an
Yes.
Assassin's Creed game?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of surprising to me. To me, it just feels like the hype for Assassin's Creed has like slowly died down over the years, but I guess it's really stronger than ever.
Well,
to
it
this.
also could be the fact that since it was a launch console game, that people like, oh, I've got my PS5 or I've got my Xbox Series X. That I need a game, so I'll just buy this game with it too. So that could inflate the numbers.
That's a
little
good point. Yeah.
which is fine. It's still that's old.
How many did you say it was, Jay?
Hold on, I'm looking. I'm trying to find it. There's a lot of numbers in here.
While he finds that, I got a little bit of a note here. They did have a news article release that said that all of the PlayStation 5 consoles have been sold.
Just all of them. They're gone.
They're all gone.
That's crazy.
Obviously, they're making more, but that first wave of them are gone. Like they've all been sold. Now,
They've been snapped
half
up.
of that is probably with scalpers.
I was about to say about 12 of them, or half of them are in people's trunks, scalpers' trunks.
Yeah, those sons of bitches.
I actually don't see like a sold number here. They're just talking about little weird milestones. Like 1.8 million players have won at least one drinking game since launch. And I'm
Oh,
like,
does it say what was the highest selling before it, or biggest launch or whatever?
I don't think so. Not this article.
This article sucks.
Yeah, this is a RPG site worth calling you out. Have more details.
I know that we pull all of our news from that site, just about. So,
But good job on Valhalla. I've heard some pretty great things about it. I've heard that's not like the soup like an Omega superb game, but it still looks really good. Like I'm considering getting it for PC and just not playing it all the way maxed out, but it does look fun.
do you ever play any Assassin's Creed games, Generic?
Nah, not. Basically, I'm not really good at 3D games. You know, at least action games, especially if they require things like aim and timing and reflexes.
That makes sense.
Because these things don't do what they once did.
I feel
and
that.
I have the scars to prove it.
I liked Black Flag, but other than that, the series just isn't really my thing. But maybe that'll change one day.
I still think the second one has been the best one that I've played. But I'll get Valhalla at some point and see how it goes. The next story that I want to talk about very briefly is that HBO has officially ordered the Last of Us TV show.
See, I didn't know that was like still up in the air or anything until I saw
It's
that.
been a while. Yeah, it's been up in the air for a while there.
There has been a lot of speculation, but it's actually happening. Before it was like, oh, it might happen. It sounds like it could. They're talking about it, but now it's like they've officially ordered it. Yeah, and it looks like what are we looking at? Like a 2021 time frame.
That's cool.
Probably.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that. I think it'll be. I mean, it's got the Chernobyl guy and Neil Druckmann actually like in on it, so maybe it won't be a bad video game adaptation.
I just got to see who they're going to have it play in there. Who the actors are.
Is HBO also behind the Uncharted series that's coming out with old Tommy Holland?
No,
Or is that
It's a
just
movie.
Sony?
that's Sony doing that.
Oh yeah, it is a movie, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited for that one too. But yeah, hopefully it turns out good. All right, our next little note here. Apparently, they're adding Kate Bishop to the Marvel's Avengers game. Apparently, she's like sort of like female Hawkeye.
Yeah, so it's his daughter.
Oh,
They
really?
just want to keep losing
Yeah.
money on this, don't they?
Yeah, 98% of their player base have gone.
I imagine they've had a lot of like DLC that they were already working on, and then it's like, well, we got to finish it. It's too far gone at this point.
Yep.
But I imagine that all new development has stopped. I can't imagine they're trying to like still save it. I would think.
I don't know. There's some weird stuff happening over at Square Enix Midwest or North America.
What do you mean?
Yeah, like
There's
what?
There's a rumor going around that they were going to sell off that area to Ubisoft.
Probably a
Oh.
good idea.
I haven't heard that.
What are they? Well, I mean, what are they making? What are they doing?
I don't know. I thought they did just Tomb Raider recently. Wasn't that it?
Bad games.
Yeah, they don't do. Somebody put it in a good perspective with Marvel was the fact that you have such a blockbuster franchise, which is Marvel Cinematic Universe, and everything they touch is 100% gold. And then Square Enix gets the game and then just shits the bed. It's
Yeah,
like, what the hell?
that's a pretty hard thing to do, is ruin something with the Marvel. But I think Square Enix should, in my opinion, focus on what they're really good at.
Yeah.
I have high hopes for Final Fantasy 16 and like the 7 remakes and stuff. So I think if they really spend time focusing on what they're known for, they'll probably be a little better off. Kudos for them for trying to broaden their horizons, but it's just not in the cards.
Maybe they should have tried, instead of a Marvel game, a DC game. It wouldn't have been as bad.
Or maybe it would have failed harder.
I mean, DC's compare like what the Arkham games are the best DC games, and they're apparently amazing. I don't think there has never been an amazing Marvel game that I'm aware of. So
Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, good.
That's a good point. Yeah,
It's just
very good
recently
point.
though.
Yeah,
So they were supposed to tie that together. Like at one point, they were going to have like a nod to the game. Like they were over in West Coast and Spider-Man's on East Coast. They were going to have some kind of nod about that. But then I guess the bed got shit in too bad. And they were like, nah, we're good.
I really want to play one of those Spider-Man games now.
It's good. You should try it.
Yes.
They're really good.
I haven't played a Spider-Man game since maybe that one PS1 game that was fantastic.
I liked that one a lot too. Pretty sure I rented that like 6 times from Blockbuster.
Yeah. On the subject of good Marvel games, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, X-Men Legends, X-Men Legends 2, X-Men the arcade game. Seriously?
That's true.
That's true.
You like
Are
those
you-
games?
Oh yeah. I mean, seriously. Yeah.
Yeah, I've
I haven't
heard
played
that.
any of the X-Men Legends.
I've heard they're
They're-
decent.
They were pretty good, especially for the time. And
I-
yeah, and they're still decent with the Marvel Ultimate Alliance, games. The first two are kind of old. They've got kind of remake port things on PS4 at least.
Yeah.
And a new third one that's I think it's only on the Switch, or I don't remember. Anyways, but yeah, they're pretty good games, especially if you're just kind of you just want to beat the shit out of random things for a while and maybe have bought.
All right. Well, I basically only added this story to the doc because I thought it would be another good chance to trash on Square Enix for a minute. One of our favorite pastimes.
Yes. Good times.
I want to love them, okay? I want to hype up 16. I want to get behind them.
There you go.
All right. So Arc the Lad R to see a global English release, English language release. So
What the freak is Arc the Lad R?
I have like one experience with Arc the Lad, and I think it was like Arc the Lad 2.
Wasn't it like a
2 or
like
3?
a PS1 RPG series?
It is. It's I thought it was like a grid-based tactical system, is what it's saying. So it's one of those Final Fantasy Tactics kind of style games.
Yeah.
So it was released in
94
2018. Yeah, it was released in 2018 in Japan, and it was even teased back in 2016. But other than that, it's been pretty much, haven't been really localized. So
The only reason I thought it was worth bringing up is because it's like, our show has the roots in the golden years, and that's like a golden years RPG series that I was shocked that anything is even like they're doing anything with still.
Mhm.
Anything to make a mobile game and make a quick buck, right?
that's right.
Did it say how long? You said 2016 it's been out in
Yeah.
Japan? Wow.
Well,
Okay.
2018, but it's been teased since 2016. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Wow. All right. Okay, and one more story. Nomura went on an interview somewhere, Tetsuya Nomura, to talk about Kingdom Hearts. He basically said after, the Melody of Memory and Dark Road and what was the DLC called? Remind? Yeah. That basically Kingdom Hearts is going to be taking a little break for a while and not to expect like a new entry for some time. And he even said, he even said that as far as like if Kingdom Hearts is going to do like a next gen game, like on PS5 or whatever, don't expect it until like towards the end of the life cycle. So
What?
yeah, he was like, it's going to come out after most other companies have released their big games on the next gen.
Yeah, well, at least Square Enix managed to count to 3 faster than Capcom did.
Which series are you referring to?
Street Fighter.
Oh, yeah. Well, they had
2,
like
2 Championship Edition, Super 2, Super 2 Turbo, 2 Turbo,
yeah, like the 20 different editions of Street
Super
Fighter
2
2.
Special Championship Edition.
Yeah.
Then, yeah.
He also said that not to like take Kingdom Hearts Dark Road, that expansion about Xehanort on the mobile game, too seriously. Not to like read into it too much, because basically it was just something developers wanted to do for fun.
What?
Yeah, so I don't really understand that.
me.
Yeah, what does that even mean? Like, it's canon, but like don't read into it? Does that mean he doesn't want to like think about that part of the story too much? I don't get it.
Oh, come on.
Jesus.
I don't think any of us wants to think much about it anymore. Our
That's
brain
true.
meats hurt.
Yeah, for real.
Seriously. So
And then
yeah, the
one more
series
thing about Kingdom Hearts, they are bringing the Kingdom Hearts Ultimania story so far, like the whole story of Kingdom Hearts before Kingdom Hearts 3 to America. So this is only like the second Ultimania they've ever released in America. So that's cool. Not a bit. Why would you care though? Because Kingdom Hearts 3 has already happened. So it's like I want the whole story. if anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm over Kingdom Hearts right now. I'll be back into it and maybe play through all the series again in 7 years whenever they decide to start working on another Kingdom Hearts game. Whenever
Eventually.
I'm gonna freaking have a teenage daughter, that's when the next Kingdom Hearts game is gonna come out.
Oops.
No, you're not gonna ding it while I'm in.
I didn't mean to do that.
I am gonna have a daughter starting high school before the next Kingdom Hearts game comes out, and he wants me to completely focus back on Kingdom Hearts. No, that's very selfish of him.
I see you're so optimistic that it's going to be your daughter, not your granddaughter or great granddaughter.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Let's hope not.
Because
that better not
it's
happen.
possible. It's a possibility.
I'm so don't tell anybody this because it'll freak out the conservative media. But we're kind of hoping that she is on the more queer side, so we don't have to deal with the boys.
Wow, that's the first time I've ever heard somebody like a parent. I hope my kid's gay.
I hate men.
It's understandable. I get it.
It makes sense logically.
Yeah. Well, either way, they're happy.
That's what really matters.
Yeah, that's what the word "gay" comes from. It's a word for happy.
Exactly.
It'd just be funny. Jay's just introducing his daughter to other girls. Like, hey,
slowly.
do you like that?
Oh, that's awful.
Don't give him ideas. Jesus.
All right. So now we need to move on to some games that have been released this past week. So on November 19th, Shenmue 3, Shenmue, yes, on the
That's
PS4
correct.
or PC. And then we have Children of Morta on the Switch, November 20th. And then Bug Fables on PC, November 21st.
Are you sure? These have been out for a while.
Maybe it's just multi-platform releases.
Pulled it from the site, my friend.
Okay,
because I have probably for specific.
I've
You have it
had
on
Children of
Switch?
Morta. Yeah, for like a year.
Yeah, but it just now came out on the Switch.
Oh, okay. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm wrong. Okay, my bad.
It's but I've heard good things about all those games. So Bug Fables is like a Paper Mario knockoff in classic style, like the old Paper Marios. I have a friend that's really into Children of Morta. And Shenmue 3, people have been waiting for like 20 years. So
Wasn't that the one that was like Kickstarter?
yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, Rich, we just pull these off the media. We don't
I
fact
know.
check.
No,
Okay?
we don't do that here. I'm just curious. I was gonna pull a fake news, and this is all fake. None of this is real.
Square
Recount.
Enix has won the gaming awards by a landslide.
You're right.
Fake news. It's all right. So RPG
What's coming up?
upcoming.
What's coming up, Rich?
SD Gundam G Generation Cross Rays PC November 27th. Saga. Bleh,
What's that?
gross. Saga Scarlet Grace Ambitions PS4 Switch PC Mobile December 3rd. Hero Land PS4 Switch PC December 13th.
And we all know what the saga is.
Yes.
No.
Also, the collection of sagas coming up soon on
Oh,
Switch, I
yeah.
know. And also, if you got a Switch, you can get for a limited time only the very first Fire Emblem.
That's true.
Oh,
You
yeah,
can.
that is true.
And I'm not going to go into the limited time offer crap,
Yeah,
except that it is, well, crap.
yeah, that's basically what we said
Yeah.
about that when we did a news story on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So with that said, let's have a quick break, and then we're going to move on to our main discussion. Everybody good? Need any pee-pee breaks? Any poo-poo
I
breaks?
need to refill my drink tea drink thing. Yeah.
Okay, we'll wait.
I'll be
No rush.
back in a moment. Sitting far too long.
I feel that. My back's already like, what are you doing?
My back feels amazing. My back loves when I don't move.
I actually tried one of those. It's like a foam roller, but it's like a wheel that has like, I forget what they're called, but it has like the indentation for your spine in the middle. I tried one of those last night, and I was like, "Oh my god!" My back just popped like 100 times.
Yeah, I need to get a really, really crazy foam roller because my lower back is usually just totally fine. But it's my upper back, like my thoracic spine, that whenever I pop it, it's just like
Yikes.
like I can usually do like just push my chest forward and I can get it to pop. I just got it to pop. That's how flexible or not flexible my thoracic spine is.
You're still young too, so it's going to be interesting in a few years.
We'll see. Or I'm gonna need spinal surgery and a brace.
Yep.
Did I tell you guys that I'm gonna have to get braces next year?
What?
Braces.
You
Yes.
told me you were having like you're gonna have to get like a root canal or something.
No root canals yet. I had to get a crown, but the dentist mentioned that in order to get my teeth to pinnacle health, I'm going to have to get braces to straighten them out, because whenever you have really crooked teeth, it's worse for dental hygiene because it's harder to clean and blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. That fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Have you ever had braces before?
Nope.
Wow. I have another friend that had to get adult braces.
They also talked about doing a bone graft where some of my teeth are missing and getting some fake teeth in there. So I'm going to have like a celebrity smile by the time I'm 30, guys.
Wow. Okay. If I ever hit it rich, I'm just getting them all taken out and getting veneers. So just have like
what's Rich have to do with this?
Nothing, apparently. He's muted. He's not interested in talking to us, Jay.
I'm not. I'm just kidding.
I wonder if the braces will affect your podcasting voice.
I will talk like this.
Yeah. We might have to cut you out for a while.
I probably won't. I'll probably be so sore it'll be like it hurts to move.
Yeah. I wish I had made more coffee. I only made a single serving. That was a mistake. By the way, I forgot to hit record, so our audio is going to come from the Twitch stream this time.
Oh no!
Oops.
Oh,
I realized
Bill's gonna flip.
Yeah, I realized that about sometime at the beginning in the middle of Catchup, or maybe towards the end of Catchup. I was like, well, fuck. But I did not want to do it all over again.
That's awesome.
Is anybody hearing like what sounds like dial-up noises or like a fax machine or something?
No.
I hear it. Right there.
I wonder who it's coming from. I'm going to mute myself.
Oh, it's coming from Scott. I couldn't hear it after you muted yourself.
I heard it for a second after I muted myself, but maybe it could be a delay or something. I don't hear it now though. You guys can't hear me, right?
Scott's fault.
Yeah.
Who? Hear what? Who's talking, Rich? I feel like someone's trying to talk to us.
I'm just gonna leave. This episode's already a bit of a train wreck, so
We're done. We're done.
Yeah. I wonder if he's brewing the tea fresh.
How you gotta... It's the bestest of teas. Children of Morta. What is this?
I think it's a roguelike.
I could have
see
sworn
that.
I have had it for a while.
All right, I'm gonna look this up just to put it.
Release date November 20th, 2019. Did I go back to 2019 and not
you did.
2020? I bet I did. I bet I did go to 2019, not 2020.
Oh my god.
I was like, these look familiar.
We'll just tell Bill to cut that part out and maybe include it as a blooper or something, and just not do it this week. That is funny though.
Yeah.
Because you were doing that, I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is not right.
I was not intentionally on 2019.
No, nobody is. It's
What about the upcoming? Is that from 2019 as well?
Oh yeah, it's all from 2019.
Nice.
Yep.
I just copy and pasted it all from the same page. I must have had 2019 bookmarked or something. Oops.
That's like so funny that I don't even really care.
Who's gonna fact check this? Are we gonna?
Nobody.
You just fact checked herself.
We
Yeah.
did. Only reason I fact checked it is because that game, the Children of Morta, I'm like, I've had that for a while.
Rich is like sitting over at the CNN center, like fact checking the president's speech live.
Oh yeah, that's me. That's me the whole time. I'm fact checking
Fake news.
everybody.
Yeah.
As I was talking, a pop-up, a bar on the bottom showed up and said unverified, or official sources have.
There you go.
I feel like we should change that unofficial source to pop up. Go, this motherfucker's lying.
If only.
Should.
We're going.
If only,
it's fake.
if only the woodpecker sighs, the bark on the tree was as soft as the skies.
I'm looking forward to hopefully getting this thing together today.
What? Your PC?
The PC. I hope
Are you
so.
still dealing with that thing?
I've just been waiting on a new power supply.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty,
Okay.
testing.
Yep,
You're back.
We're good.
Alrighty,
All right, everybody ready to continue on?
just about.
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready.
Go for it.
All right, let me do the jingle or the ding.
And finally, let's move on to focus on our patron guest, GenericFighter.
Hello. Hello.
How's it going, Generic?
It is going. That's about all I can say. It is going.
Is it going forward, or did you have to slam it in reverse?
I have no idea where it's going. It's just going. It's the thing. It's what's going on now. It's going. I don't know where. I don't know how. Honestly, I don't know when. Seriously.
Ain't no getting off
Yeah.
this train. I tell you what.
Yeah. Well, time has lost all meaning. It's 5 o'clock everywhere. Time has been compressed. All of history, the past, future, present, and other dimensions. All
We're jumping into like some FF13 2 shit here, or Disc 3 Final Fantasy 8 crazy.
Yeah, which is why I am drinking not alcohol but fancy soda.
I feel like I could use some alcohol.
I'll go.
Yeah.
I'll go pop open a cider while we're at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't want to lose another argument with a potted plant. There is a story with that behind that. And
I've
I
been
could tell you it, but I think you want to hear other stuff from me first.
Yeah, we gotta dive into GenericFighter as the gamer. But first, let's briefly talk about like how's this past year been? How have you been handling this pandemic, all the shutdowns, the lock-ins? Luckily for me, I was already kind of a shut-in, so like I'm generally feeling okay, but a little bit burnt out. If I didn't have these losers to talk to every Sunday, then I'd
You at
probably
least have some losers to talk to.
yeah. How about you? How you been?
So let's see. Let's see. Basically, I have not been able to be with any of my local friends, regularly or barely at all, really. Let's see. I have not been able to do any of the social things I usually do. Like, let's see. I usually play Dungeons and Dragons with the group at my friendly local gaming store. Hobby games, not, video games.
Yeah, I actually played D&D for the first time because of the pandemic, because I had a DM friend who was just like, hey, everybody want to try D&D over Zoom? And like everybody that participated, it was their first time other than him. So that was cool.
Yeah, I've done a few online campaigns too. I mean, it's fun. It takes a little bit of work to figure out how to get things to work. And one of the virtual tabletops basically required something along the lines of like degrees in like internet technology, engineering, calculus, and
Jesus.
religious studies to get it to work.
D&D can get complicated, so.
Yeah, that was just to get the thing working with people, from all over the place. I mean, seriously, I had someone who got up at 2 a.m. local time to play in my game for over 2 years because they lived in Norway.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Isn't Disa from Norway?
Somewhere in that area, one of the Scandinavian countries. I can't remember. At the
Pretty sure
moment.
she's from Norway.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, so that was fun. Yeah.
So, you want to like tell us a little bit about yourself? Like, what do you do? Who are you? All that stuff.
Oh yeah. Before we get any further, we kept on forgetting there needs to be some content warnings. So here goes.
Oh Jesus.
Warning. I have a sense of humor, and I am not afraid to use it. My sense of humor may include various amounts of sarcasm, snark, insults of both Shakespearean styles as well as more vulgar ones, as well as massive, gargantuan, colossal amounts of dark humor. You have been warned.
Yep, and this show there's almost nothing off limits other than like politics and religion, so that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And even then, we have a hard time with the politics thing.
Well, it's kind of hard to be happy when,
Everything going on.
Yeah. I mean, seriously.
Okay, so what are your favorite RPG series? Like, obviously you love RPGs, but like, what games do you really, really enjoy playing? It seems like you do have like a focus on retro that you like to play.
Well, technically it's not retro, because I was around when they first came out. And I have a story to tell you about that.
Okay, shoot.
Well, you see, I've always liked games. All sorts of games. My first passion, though, was board games. But, I was very young, and other kids my age weren't really as interested in them as I was. So basically, I got good. They didn't like being beaten every time. And so I didn't really have a lot of fun with peers. But my uncle and his girlfriend were big, big fans of board games too. So basically, every Saturday, I'd spend the day with them, playing various board games. Well, usually. But my aunt wasn't too healthy, so sometimes she wasn't up to it. And my Uncle Walter, not being, being very devoted to her, would be too distracted. So, unfortunately, those days I'd have to just watch the Saturday morning cartoons on the big-ass TV or play with toys. Until one time, I toddled over to his house. He lived next to my parents' place, and went in to find he was just sitting on the floor, messing around with some weird device. He was attaching it to his big ass screen TV. After a moment, he handed me a smaller device attached to the first one, then flipped the switch on the big one. The screen, went blank. The static gone, and a colorful, pattern. It looks sort of like a construction site with girders and ladders. At the top.
Pong? Was it Pong?
No.
Donkey Kong?
Don't interrupt. At the top was a giant gorilla menacing something that vaguely looked like a woman in a dress. At the bottom was something that kind of looked like a man in overalls with a mustache and hat. My uncle directed me to move this little knob on the controller thing. Well, that's what it was. On the device, sorry. And I pushed it. The mustachioed man walked a few steps. I pushed it back the other way. He walked back where he came. I pressed in this button. The mustachioed man leaped high into the air. My uncle told me the objective was to get that guy to the top and stop that gorilla from menacing the lady. And so, over the course of the morning, the afternoon, and even into the evening, I played. The mustachioed man died countless times, incinerated by sentient flames, having his spine or head smashed by flying barrels, even jumping to his death off the side of the construction site because I wasn't very good at this.
Sounds familiar.
Eventually, though, I managed to get that jump man to the top to confront the gorilla, who pounded upon his chest, grabbed the lady, and climbed up farther. and my Jumpman followed. And I found him in a place that had completely different looks and completely different challenges. Challenges that I was not up to at all. But on that Saturday, when I was 5 years old, I found something that brought me joy, that made me happy. And that night, I decided those were very, very important things to me. Feeling joy and being happy were important, and that I would never give up on anything that made me happy or brought my joy until it did not any longer. In the nearly 4 decades since then, I continue to play video games.
You should be a writer. That was beautiful.
I've DM'd several campaigns, and kind of that's my that's kind of my style. Yeah, so ever since my uncle bought that ColecoVision, which is right back there in that closet right now. My uncle
Same one? You still have the original one?
The original one.
That's awesome.
My uncle never threw anything away, which
good on him.
Mostly was a bad idea. The stuff we found in his place after, well, yeah, pills that expired in the 80s.
Yeah, Donkey Kong was like one of my earliest games too, but it was on the NES, I think.
Yeah, well, I have 2 ColecoVision games. One of them is Donkey Kong. The other one is Carnival Games by Sega.
I've heard of that.
Basically, Nintendo and Sega were on the same system. It just wasn't either of theirs. Long before.
Right.
Yeah, so that's a thing.
That's a interesting little tidbit there. And
so that it sounds like that's how you got started. You have very fond childhood memories. So what are your favorite genres? Going back from when you were a kid to even now, what are your favorite genres? What have been your favorite games, favorite characters, etc.? Just what has really resonated with you as a gamer?
Well, basically a lot of the kinds of things I've played at the beginning, like platformers and adventure games, like Mario and Mega Man, Zelda, and so forth, are some of the kinds of things I still, I'll at least try stuff of that sort, as well as playing, ports of those old games.
Right.
But mainly it's, JRPGs for the most part. I got started with the freebie with Nintendo Power of Dragon Warrior.
I forgot that was a thing, that happened.
Yes. Yep. I got it for free.
Man, Nintendo Power used to be awesome.
It was the best money I've ever spent.
So that was like the original version of Dragon Quest, right?
Well, the English original version, they had to change it to Dragon Warrior because there was some kind of other Dragon Quest with a...
It was copyrighted by somebody else or something. Yeah.
Yep. So, yep. And...
So are you a big Dragon Quest fan?
Oh, yeah, still. Seriously.
Have you played 11?
I have beaten 11 twice.
Oh, nice.
Once on PS4, one on Switch.
Have you played the 3D versus the 2D version?
I played a little bit of the 2D version, but it doesn't really fit in as well. I have done the 2D side quest town, Taco Town thing. But other than that, it was kind of it's not my, it doesn't work for the story as well as the 3D, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
but I love all the old ones. So.
Since you finished it twice, does it ever... I've heard nothing but good things, basically, for the most part. So would you say it stands up to the hype?
The hype has nothing to do with it. The hype is nowhere near it. The hype is somewhere way over there. It can't see him.
So you're saying it should be more hyped?
Basically, hype doesn't work for this. The hype might as well be an ant in a universe.
All right.
Basically, I'll put it this way. It's basically on par with Dragon Quest V, which is, more or less the best one, all together with best plot and mechanics and so forth.
I've heard that. I think that
Basically, yeah.
the three of
11,
us are kind of like Dragon Quest noobs, kind of. We
Yeah.
need to play more.
Yeah, if you're looking to get into it, I would recommend starting with either 11S or 5.
Yeah, I definitely want to play 11 at some point. It's just
Yeah.
getting Corey interested in it is my challenge.
On
Yeah.
Game Pass. 11S
Yes.
coming
Yes.
out on Game Pass December some 3rd maybe. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I have it pre-installed.
Yeah.
So would you say that's like your favorite RPG series?
Yeah, I'd say from that far back, yes, it's my favorite from back in the day. I have a couple that have come out since then that I'm really, I'd say at least rivals with it.
Like what? Talk about
Disgaea.
it. Oh, I have never played a Disgaea one, but I really want to.
Wasn't that your haste?
Yep.
So it's coming up soon then.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to you guys getting to meet some badasses.
I think it's only 1 or 2 down on the list from where we are now. We just
Yeah.
gotta get through FF5 eventually.
Which we're just waiting on me now. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, the Disgaea series is pretty much all good. The first one's still slightly the best over some of the other ones, mainly because of the plot. The mechanics get a lot better in later ones. But
And it kind of plays like it's like a tactical RPG, right? Kind of
Yeah,
plays
it's
like FF Tactics.
kind of, sorta, yeah, with its own little things like you can pick up your allies or enemies and throw them around which is actually kind of useful to get characters to places you need to get them to. And you can pick up a character that's already picking up a character to make a big old stack and just kind of throw someone across the world. And yeah, it's a fun game. Also, the max level is 9,999. Oh, and by the way, there's also a system of reincarnation. So once you get there, you can reincarnate back as a level 1 character, though with big bonuses to your starting stats, which means your stats grow bigger and more.
Yeah.
Basically, it's all about breaking the system. So
Or
I
just
actually
a
have
Disgaea 4, because that's also on Game Pass, so I could just go install it and start playing it right now.
one note about the series. First of all, most of the games are independent, mostly. 2 and 4 have some slight subplots that make better sense if you've been played through the first one. Also, another thing, there's a Disgaea D2. It is not Disgaea 2. It is a direct sequel to Disgaea 1. Disgaea 2 is not exactly a direct sequel. Yes. Oh, also, there's a game called Disgaea Infinite, which is more visual novel-y thing. Oh, and of course, the Prinny games, which are side-scrollers. And of course, the characters make appearances in other Nippon Ichi games, too. And yeah, it's basically these kind of the Smash Brothers of RPGs, sorta, only not quite. Basically,
Interesting.
Nippon Ichi stuff. You'll have like bonus stuff from games from other games in the series or from the publisher. Like the main characters from Phantom Brave are in a couple of Disgaea games. The Disgaea characters are in Phantom Brave, Makai Kingdom. It's a bunch of stuff, and they kind of got a general aesthetic, of being kind of, basically anti-JRPG, or something. I don't know how to describe it, but basically, they're kind of like, how in lots of fantasy, especially JRPGs, you're playing like some kind of legendary hero destined to save the world, or some plucky young person.
The chosen one.
Yeah,
Chosen.
Nah, you're playing the villains. Well,
Oh, that's interesting.
basically creatures that are usually seen as villains, such as the deposed overlord of a terrible frozen land, a vampire tyrant.
I'm sure they're humanized towards the end, though, right? Like most villain stories.
Well, the #1 honor student at Evil Academy and son of the dean, and the only human being left as a human being after a world's people has been turned into monsters. And of course, y'all start out with the Prince of the Netherworld. It's really interesting. And by the way, it also is known for its humor. Some of which is very
I knew that much, that it was known for not taking itself too seriously.
Oh yeah, there's some interesting stuff. But also, I'll tell you this. Warning. The funny makes the feels hit harder.
That makes sense.
There are feels.
I actually have a Disgaea story real quick. Before I went to college, I was like staying with, it was like a host program where you go and stay with somebody that lives in the dorms for like a day to like kind of experience, the campus and all that. And his roommate was playing Disgaea, and the dude was like, "Don't worry about him. He just plays these weird ass anime games." I was like, "Oh well, I'm not gonna say anything, but I know exactly what he's playing." So,
really, Scott was gonna say, "Dear Penthouse."
Right.
Yeah, it's a fun series. Yeah, so
I look forward to trying it at some point soon.
Oh, yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, the stories of all but D2 it doesn't really matter too much for the if you played Disgaea 1, though there are a couple of side plots for some of them. 2 and 4 have some.
Gotcha.
Have some reoccurring characters late in the games.
Cool.
You can play them on the Switch.
Yes, you can play 1, 4, and 5 on the Switch.
Sweet.
I think you can play 2. I think you can play 2.
2 and 3 are available on the Vita.
Okay, cool.
1 through 4 are available on the PlayStation 3 PSN store. Versions of 1 and 2 are available for PSP. Versions of 3 and 4 are available for PS Vita. And D2 is only available on the PlayStation 3.
Cool.
So basically, PlayStation 3 if you want to get the most of them, but it's probably better to go for the newer versions of 1, 4, and 5. Yeah, I got them all on Switch.
Awesome. So with talking about those two genres that have really kind of done it for you, is there anything in particular that you're looking forward to going into the future of gaming? I don't know if you're even thinking about getting any of the new generations, because at the moment at least there seems to be a real big push on more action adventure as opposed to strategy or RPG.
Well, as I've said before, my fingers don't do what they once did, and I literally have scars to prove it. I had to have surgery for the trigger finger in my ring finger that from holding video game portables and controllers for decades. So, action is not my big thing unless it's forgiving action games. But some of the things. And also, I don't have the budget for to buy most systems on release.
Yeah, it is very expensive.
Yeah, I mean my PS4 is a used one, and so yeah.
And I mean, there's also
Switch,
so many games on the PS4 that I haven't even touched. I could go for the PS4 for like 10 more years before I play everything I'd want to on it.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. I am kind of addicted to large form storage.
Yeah, I think that's pretty common in our community.
Yeah,
all the RPGs.
Yep. Yeah, basically I got yeah. I mean, I literally have a dozen, backup drives just for my computer. All of which have some parts of the same things in it. Because, well, let's just say I'm a little obsessive about losing stuff after I lost stuff because Mom, called the, tech support to get something to fixed. And yeah, before I knew, she was reinstalling Windows in her computer.
That's always fun.
Yeah, there's still a couple of things from back then I'm still trying to find, in the hopes I can find it somewhere upon the internet.
Right.
Yeah.
So you've been around, as far as like this show goes, you've been around since the Golden Years days, right?
Yeah, pretty early on.
Were you upset
Sorry
when we
about
had
that.
our...
Yeah, you mad at Rich? Rich
Yeah.
kind of ruined that.
Whoa, Bill ruined it first.
Yeah, him and his having children.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, well,
Hopefully you weren't too bothered by the format switch when the after years came about.
yeah, it took a little bit of time. Hey, Nightshade, what are you doing here?
So what do you think about the show? Like, be nice, but do you enjoy it and all that? Anything you wish was different? Any of that kind of stuff?
Anything I wish was different.
You can't get Bill back. I'm sorry. That's just not going to happen.
Or just tell us what you like about it. Straight, like, rub our back a little bit. Pat our backs.
You have a serious lack of ladies. Just you need a couple. Also,
we had a lady on yesterday for first time, so.
Yeah, that should have been the first time. Should have been first episode, and I probably should have been like the first guy on it ever.
It's kind of hard whenever the 2% of the audience is female, and they don't want to get in the community because of weirdos like Rich.
Hey, yeah, all right, fine.
We have to know girls to have girls on.
I don't know any girls. I know one, and I'm married to her.
There you go. Rich found the one and just went for it.
I know a few.
The one.
Okay. Well, is there anything else you want to say before we wrap it up here?
Oh, we still haven't gotten to favorite characters or anything or genre after.
I missed that.
Yes, you missed that.
No, we mentioned genre whenever we were talking about the initial. But yeah, let's talk about characters real quick. Who are you? What are some characters that have really been inspiring for you?
So, going back from the beginning, and Nightshade is all in my feet here. Nightshade. Yeah, my cat has been I have to say before we go any further, Nightshade has been a very, very good roommate, a very caring companion, and a terrible alarm clock. Yes, you've been a terrible alarm clock.
You got a bonus 5th host today.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping she'd actually meow or something.
I think I heard her a minute ago, or a couple minutes ago,
Yeah.
something in the background.
Yeah, she doesn't meow much. Well, actually, she meows surprisingly a lot for an older black-haired cat. So, which apparently are, older cats and little void kitties tend to be less vocal than most. So, yeah, it's kind of weird. My kitty is so much. Yeah.
Sounds like the cat's your favorite character.
Well, I'm coming up on about 2 years of cat companionship here, so yeah. The 2nd of February. Yep.
Right. So, what are some of your favorite characters?
Let's see, favorite characters. So going back. Well, Mega Man was always something I liked. The idea of choose your own path through the game, and the whole rock paper scissors of it that was basically if you can beat any of these with your regular gun, you'll have an easier time against someone. And Mega Man 2 and 4 were my big ones back in the day. And I have a tale I can tell, well, a very simple one, about what happens when you're poor, when you are bored, and you have nothing else to do.
Right.
So I learned how to play a couple of stages in Mega Man 4 using my toes only.
Whoa.
That's the controller on the floor, mess with my toes, because, I was young, I was poor, I did not have money for a new game, I did not have anything else to do, so, yeah, I just kind of learned how to do that, and I got damn close. really damn close
That's awesome. I can't really do Mega Man with my hands, so.
to beating Dustman once.
Hmm.
And by the way, if you know that stage, it is technically the easiest in that. Technically, it is still a pretty hard stage. Even with your hands, the fact that I managed to even get to Dustman once using my toes, I still have no idea. Well, I know why. I had nothing else to do. I had nothing better to do.
That should be like a trophy on the collection on the modern consoles. Just beat the stage with your toes.
I mean, seriously. You know what? I'm gonna see if we can get some speedrunners to try that out.
There you go.
That is going to be very interesting to watch. You know, make sure you have a camera on the feet too.
That's going to be Rich's new YouTube series. He's just going to play all games with his feet.
And I just kind of realized it's going to be weird. This is going to be super odd, weird ass finish.
Yes, it is.
I can get on.
We're actually hoping for that because that's what brings the money in.
You know what? Yeah. I mean, seriously. I mean, there's a reason why people were asking not safe for work Transformers artists with the post office stuff. Make the sluttiest post office truck you can.
There you go.
Yeah. So let's see, other favorite characters. I've always been a fan of a lot of the characters from RPGs, of course. I think the first one I really got the really jive with me was actually Alina from Dragon Quest / Dragon Warrior 4.
Okay.
Because it was like back then there weren't a lot of ladies who were actually, badasses. And actually there was like a big controversy when a lot of guys realized, wait, Samus is a girl?
Yeah, the infamous example.
I mean, seriously. I mean, the whole reaction to that was basically like, why? Why can't a girl be a badass bounty hunter? Really?
It was just like a surprise at the end.
Yeah, but basically, the way they took it even further than that, I know at least one person was like discussing the Justin Bailey password, because the original Metroid used a password system, and it was easily exploitable. You could put it any random set of numbers and letters and get a functioning password. It would give you a bunch of cool shit. Yeah, some kid named Justin Bailey decided, all right, putting my names into the first sets and leaving the rest blank, and got like one of the best passwords ever for the game. Gave you almost every single thing you needed to beat the game. And the two things you needed were on the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like, but the whole thing was, it changed the sprite of Samus from the yellow spacesuit to as this guy said, it turned Samus into a girl. And my immediate reaction was, no, it did not turn her into a girl. She was a girl all along. You just couldn't tell because she was wearing a, thick-ass, armored spacesuit.
Right.
Inside, she was always a girl. So,
right.
Yeah, so basically a lot of the ladies have actually been kind of my favorites for the most part. I mean...
Samus is awesome. No argument here.
Yeah. Alina being the tomboy princess that literally kicks ass and, and does so all the time. Let's see, what other characters? Badass characters. Of course,
we are running low on time, so I'll give you one more pick. So this is an important pick.
Alrighty. Pick. Favorite character. Well, we might as well get a guy in here. Well, I'm also a big fan of the Shin Megami Tensei series and its spin-offs. And of course, I gotta talk about the manliest of all men, a real man's man, a traveler upon man's way, the only human being who has ever managed to hit a god in the face with a folding chair and live to tell about it, the blood-curdling beefcake emperor himself, Kanji Tatsumi, from Persona 4.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't actually played Persona 4, but I'm interested in doing that soon.
Yeah. Persona 3, 4, and 5 are all really good as far as plot. There's a few mechanical things in 3 that are kind of, that, got better, done better later on. And while 5 is, technically the best, 4 is the one that really got me into the Persona games. And going through, the second dungeon area, where that character, Kanji, is prominent in there. You get to see a lot of him, so to speak.
Yeah.
I quickly looked him up on the Shin Megami Tensei wiki, and it says that he's like 15, 16, but the poor guy's, his hair's receding like crazy. He looks like he's 40. He does look like a badass, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, seriously. One of my favorite parts of the series, it was basically the end of that, section. And basically, he's like one of the best parts of the rest of the game. Basically, all the little things here and there, side that. Basically, yeah. He and Ryuji from 5 are basically like they're the friends I would love to have had when I was young.
I love Ryuji. He was awesome.
Oh,
One of
yeah.
my favorite characters.
I mean, basically they're kind of the same in a way. Single mom, mama's boy, tough guy with a heart of gold, wrapped in like, a fuzzy sweater or whatever. Yeah, basically, yeah. Looks tough, looks, mean, but basically the one you want to have at your back if you're in trouble, regardless of the trouble.
Much like our very own Rich.
That's right.
He beats up people for us.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
So with your favorite characters listed, we do have to draw this interview to a close. So before we do that, do you want to make any final statements or revelations?
Anything you want to plug, things like that.
Well, I promised some hot takes. So, first hot take. You know how people are always arguing over whether Final Fantasy VI or Final Fantasy VII is the best?
It's 6.
It's Final Fantasy V.
I wouldn't go that far, but I did really like it. I liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to.
We don't have time to die. What's your next hot take?
My next hot take. Alrighty then. Okay then. Let's see. Need to get a good one here. Alrighty. Oh, we need a good one. We need to make this good.
If you don't have one, then.
Alrighty, here's one. 3D is a bad idea for Sonic games. And Super Mario games, for that matter. Most platformers are very bad, especially early ones. 3D was not a good idea to implement for them.
Yeah.
I can get behind that.
Yeah, basically, they should have tried to do a new franchise or completely revamped it, trying to keep some things from before, and they didn't work out well.
See, I'm weird. I actually like the 3D Sonic and 3D Mario games better than the 2D in general.
The only 3D Sonic game I've liked is Shadow. That Shadow the Hedgehog.
That's like the worst one.
That was a fun one. Shadow is the best.
Okay.
Well, for me, the big problem was going from 2D to 3D and having, let's just say, to those of you who can see this, I want you to have a nice close look at these glasses. Do you see there?
Very thick.
How one of them is a lot thicker than the other.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not so good at the depth perception thing. Seriously. And I've known it. I mean, I live in a rural, area where basically, I think it was like in 6th grade. Nearly all the kids got like the gun safety thing because hunting was a thing, and I was like the only boy who didn't do it because I knew, yeah, I'm not picking that up. I don't want to use it because I don't want to be reliable for whoever gets hit by that because I don't know who it is going to be. I can't see that well. Yeah. I mean, seriously.
I understand.
I'm not going to use anything. I can't throw a ball. I can't catch a ball either. I'm just like, if it's more than, 5 or 6 feet away, it might as well not exist as far as my physical interactions with it. Seriously.
Gotcha.
You don't give me anything that you want me to, throw at you or any of that sort. Because honestly,
right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I just wanted to tell you that we very much appreciate your patronage. All you guys out there that help support us, it really means a lot to us, and it does help the show quite a bit.
Yep, I enjoy patronizing you.
All right.
Yes.
Do you feel patronized? I do
very
hope
much
you
so.
do. You better feel patronized.
Yeah.
Get down there. Down there, lick them.
Right.
Lick the shoes. Lick the feet.
Please.
Come on.
I mean, I'll do anything for $1, I guess.
We have a lot of bonus content out there now, so it's like we got a good backlog going.
Yeah.
The other day, the bot that posted in Discord went crazy and posted all the posts all over again. And so I was like, oh, we actually have been putting out a lot of content. So
Yeah. That sounds like something iTunes would do for me all the time back in the day. Oh,
yeah.
I deleted this, all the episodes from this because I copied it to my backup drive. Oh, iTunes detects it. You don't have these downloaded. Downloads 185 episodes.
Right. That's happened to me before.
I mean, look, there was a reason why I moved them off of this thing.
Right.
Maybe at least ask me if I want to do that.
Yeah, there goes all your data. If you have data anyway.
Yeah, well, and then of course it's like it's like, well, technically it's downloading like 3 episodes of something else that I've never had, downloaded before, and I technically want those, and honestly I'm not doing anything with it anyways. I'm doing other stuff. So fine, download it, just
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, seriously.
Well, you feel free to download everything that we've ever put out and just put it on repeat. You're
totally fine.
Yeah.
Well, all right, man. We really enjoyed, this interview thing. It's our first time doing it, so it was a fun experience. And like I said, we really appreciate you. And,
all right.
Thank you.
Yep. And yeah, so thanks. We're gonna move on to the RPG Club, and we'll talk offline.
All righty then. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. And I don't know, roll good. I don't know. Pray to RN Jesus.
Yes, of course.
He's not gonna help you. He's not like real world Jesus.
Yes.
Real world Jesus loves you and wants you to be happy. RN Jesus hates your guts and wants you to die as humiliatingly and painfully as possible.
Well, let's hope he's as active as the real Jesus.
There you go. All right. I'll talk to you later, man. Have fun.
Right,
Thanks again.
Care.
Thanks.
All right. How do I do this thing?
GenericFighter, everybody.
Thank you again, buddy.
Yeah. All right. Back to the regularly scheduled content here. We ready to move on to the RPG Club, guys? We still got time?
Yes, we are. So with much love in our heart for our patrons and our esteemed guest, we must move on to our next segment, the RPG Club.
All right, everyone, quiet down. All rise. We're here today to bring to order the next session of the RPG Club. All in favor? All opposed? And looks like the ayes have it. Then let the RPG Club commence!
Every time I get to use that, it makes me so happy.
It was a good commission.
Yes.
Absolutely.
When it plays, you're like looking off in the distance, like up there, like very pristine.
Well, my soundboard is now on this monitor over here that's like higher than where I'm sitting, so it's like
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes
craning my
sense.
neck.
Oh, another club done. Another club down. We all made it except Rich, which we
Barely.
alluded to. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right there. You could have been playing it during the episode and you would have made it.
I mean, technically, I could beat it today was recording day, and I still would have it.
I feel like when the recording happens, that's the cutoff.
Ah, son of a bitch. Okay, fair enough for us.
Yeah, right. So this segment, the goal was to get to the 9S, or to finish the 9S captured mission in Route A. And where did we end last time? It was after Flooded City Recon.
It was before you went to the Forest Kingdom.
Right. And I feel like that was, other than, the big shoot 'em up segment, that was the main thing of this segment, the Forest Kingdom.
The Forest Kingdom was kind of weird.
You think so?
Yeah.
In a good way. Like I don't think it was too far off from I feel like the carnival was a little more weird, but the whole them protecting their king, it was like a baby Jesus robot. And then freaking what's her face? Just
just stabs in the face.
Yeah, just jumps down, just kills the baby robot. I feel like, I don't know. I was kind of expecting more from the Forest Kingdom than what we got.
It just sort of ended.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is the Forest Kingdom. I killed a bunch of robots. Then the random android killed their king, their baby king, and that's it.
Yeah, and the reason that we go here story-wise is because, you go back and kind of question Pascal after the whole, destruction of the city part. Mm-hmm. And she basically tells you about another, sentient group of machines in this Forest Kingdom. But apparently they're, really violent, which turns out to be true.
Yeah, yes, it is.
Very
also,
violent,
a lot of moose. There are a lot of moose in this area. A lot of hogs. A lot of hogs, too.
Well, it's the forest, so that makes sense.
Well, they're very not scared.
Yeah.
I died a couple times messing with them.
Yeah.
The thing I don't like about the animals is because for some reason I feel like the lock-on always gravitates towards them instead of what I'm actually trying to kill. It's like, oops, I just slaughtered a pig. My bad.
I haven't had that issue, but I just kept dodging them.
Yeah.
So
I did like how the
thought
forest part was kind
overall-
of open.
Yeah, I liked the forest part, but then I also liked the castle to some extent, where it was pretty much side scroller the entire castle. I thought that was pretty cool.
I thought so too. What about the actual A2 boss fight?
It was kind of a pain in the butt. Rich,
I'm weird.
now we know what you're gonna buy. Does your wife know about these like fetishes, or do you just keep that on the down low?
I keep that really way down.
Because you could probably get some outfits. There's some outfits on there.
Oh yeah, no, she would never do that. No, I thought it was great. The fight was very challenging at first, and then you just kind of figured out what you need to do and dodge and counter. Was she quick?
Yeah.
She is very fast, and I'm not very good at the side-scrolling thing.
The side-scrolling battles, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true. I think I'm overpowered because I've been doing the side quests, so nothing in the main quest is really challenging me too much.
I have it on easy mode, so
there you go.
Yeah, me too.
Still?
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Whatever
Once it
you
gets
want to
done.
enjoy the game. Yeah. Rich is just trying to make sure he meets the checkpoints.
Yep, that's the goal.
Yeah. For me, after the Forest Kingdom, it unlocks another wave of side quests. So that's what the majority of my time went to during this segment. I won't talk about them on the individual basis, but so we're supposed to be 10 hours in based on the schedule.
Oh, I'm not even. I'm maybe 6 hours.
I was I'm about 6-7 as well.
I'm over 30.
Oh my god!
Yeah, the side quests, if you actually do them all, it takes forever. There's way more than I thought there would be going in based on what people were telling me. Yeah. But I have them all cleared up to this point. So I'm thinking the side quests kind of carry over into these subsequent routes. So the earlier I do them all, when we get into the later segments, I'm just going to fly through them. So we'll see. I don't really know how many more there are left. But I thought the Forest Kingdom was like pretty cool. The music was kind of weird, but it's still good. Like I still haven't really heard any bad music. You don't agree?
I thought it was good.
I think the music has been good. The one that still sticks out the most to me is Pascal's Village.
Oh yeah,
That's still that's like the main one that I actually like notice.
I get kind of sad when I go there and for whatever story related reasons they aren't doing the vocals in the music. So it's like, come on, I need these robots to be happy again.
So then you go off, do the you gotta like a supply run basically, and you have like this huge freaking boss battle because the big boat thing.
It's one of those extended like shooter mech segments like the Bullet Hell games.
Yep. I thought that was pretty dang easy because you just pretty much just hold the fire button and go to town, and hold the fire button and just keep smashing the attack button and you're good to go. I thought it was cool though, especially whenever the huge robot came up and just like destroyed the ship, and then you're like, oh my god, this thing's gigantic. Then you have another like
it's like a big whale, right?
Goliath. Yeah, it's kind of like a big whale, and then it stands up.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
And like all these other androids have been sent down to help, and they kind of get fucked up. 9S sort of does like a kamikaze type thing. Well, what was his actual plan? I'm trying to remember the details because 9S sort of like sacrifices himself here.
He was setting off rocket like missiles. He went to go set off missiles, and 9S was supposed to destroy the EM something things
right
on the thing so that the rockets would actually hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so after you defeat the thing, it explodes, kills like a tons of androids. You like see their bodies like scat all over.
Go flying.
And you find out 9S is missing. Yeah, you gotta go find him. You gotta go get a scanner, and then you start scanning for him. Eventually, you find him, and who has him? Who has him, Scott? Who has
Adam?
9S.
Yes.
So you end up going to like this fake city underground that's like has been built by Adam, the villain. Who
This
seems to be,
reminded
like,
me of Kingdom Hearts, by the way.
Yeah, I could see that. And when you run into him, he's actually like in what is it, like a suit, got like really dapper clothes.
Yeah.
It has like thick rimmed glasses.
Yeah.
He looks very different. And he's basically captured 9S. 9S is like in almost like a crucifix style situation, pinned to the wall.
Yeah, well, halfway through the boss battle, he's like, "Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
he's up
Look
here."
what I got.
And, like some block shows, like just stabbed through him. Yeah,
I did
and
like
I like all the dialogue that happens during this boss battle because Adam's just like talking about humans and saying that like their like destructiveness is like at the core of what humans are, and how he's so like interested in them.
Yeah, and another thing I liked with just the dialogue is you can tell that like 2B like really does care about 9S because she's like pissed about the whole situation. So it's like she does have a heart.
And there's like build up for that because in the Forest Kingdom, 9S is like, when are you gonna just call me Nines, huh? When are you gonna? And she's just like, no.
And then she does accidentally call him that like once or twice.
Yeah.
And then I remember me and Corey were like, call him Nines, damn it. I really like 9S personally. I enjoy his character quite a bit.
Yes.
And I think we're just going to keep getting more and more of him as we go on. So
Well, yeah, what the B route's all 9S, so
I don't know if you would consider that a spoiler or not, but yes, apparently it's like
Yeah.
the same story from his perspective. So that'll be cool. You get to play as him and all that. But that's basically it for that segment. What did you guys just think of the Adam fight? Any troubles or anything like that?
No.
you didn't get to the Adam fight.
Oh, I mean earlier. Yeah, I had no problem with that one.
Oh,
Not
this
this
the new one.
The new one. I'll let you know soon.
Okay.
I thought it was pretty difficult at first, and then you kind of just
Figure out his patterns.
Yeah, you figure out his patterns, and you're good to go.
I got like Kingdom Hearts vibes from that fight. a little bit.
That entire area get like this dude's basically just a Xehanort clone.
Yeah, right.
I mean, he's got like the nobody colors and his world, that copied city. It's like basically just like the what's the nobody world at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2?
The world that never was.
Yeah, the world that never was. Oh, what a good place. That's what it reminded me of.
That is one of the coolest worlds in Kingdom Hearts. So I'm excited to see like where the story goes from here. I've heard that like from here it's just like batshit until the end of the route. So, and I think the next story quest is Olive Branch. So for anybody that is interested in doing side quests, I think your last chance to do them in Route A is before starting that quest. Just a PSA for everybody.
I wonder if the side quests in Route B are the same as Route A. That would be pretty freaking repetitive.
Yeah, I don't know for sure, but I'm really hoping that it just counts them as already completed somehow.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I'm sure that 9S gets like his own unique ones too, like once he splits off from 2B, but we'll see.
That's true. Yep.
Okay, so we got some listener feedback here. You want to kick us off with Disa? Jay?
I sure will. Disa says, I think I'm about to fall off the wagon. Been away too much, spending a lot of days at my sister's place. And whenever I play, I just really don't want to play PS4. Oh, man, I'm having the hiccups. Added to that, my fiance now plays it, and we'll be using a PS4 a lot more into December. Looks like a lot of you are enjoying it, though. It was fun to hear Richard blow past this checkpoint, but he didn't blow past this checkpoint. He blew
letting
past
Disa
the
down.
last checkpoint.
You've
disappointed the queen of the podcast.
I know I did. I'm sorry.
It is sad that she had to fall off, but I kind of saw this coming even before we started. It's just not really her type of game.
Hard for some people. Consoles are hard for some people.
Yeah, I do know that they cleaned the PS4 and that like fixed it. And I'm also pretty sure her hubby is still playing it. So maybe we should get him into the Discord and have him submit feedback.
There you go.
So the next one comes from Kylie. They say, my thoughts on the current segment. Holy hell, A2 is intense. We won't know too much about her yet, but she's got 2B on the intensity for sure. The Forest Kingdom was really cool, and some of the side quests in this segment were a lot of fun, especially hunting down the rogue androids. Really hints at something more. Think back to the opening segment where an E unit was destroyed by the Goliath. Otherwise, this was just an intense segment from start to finish. I loved meeting the red-headed androids, especially considering they held massive importance to NieR Gestalt/Replicant. The full-blown bullet hell section could have been shorter, but it served its purpose overall. Also, if y'all read this on the cast, remember I am they, not he. We did a good job this time. How did you find meeting Emil?
Sorry for past discretions.
We're learning and growing. How did you find meeting Emil? They are one of the main characters from NieR, so that's super fun. Yeah, apparently Emil and those red-headed twin androids are like big NieR 1 references. Of course, that's lost on us, but
for now.
We kind of glossed over Emil, but he was like a character introduced in this segment. Rides his truck around, roaming shop. I just get kind of weirded out by him. There was a big, long side quest involving learning his past, though, so that was fun. What about that last one, Rich?
All right, so we got Frost here. I spent most of this segment doing FedEx quests.
I feel that.
Those are dumb. I had to kite most of the robots with a pawn for some of the harder ones, like the stamps. The space shooter section was okay, I guess. I never felt threatened. It perhaps went on for far too long. Having 10% health per kill chip made it easy. That's actually pretty nice little deal. The fight with Adam felt like Kingdom Hearts.
Indication.
Either the voice acting or the direction was terrible because of his cringeworthiness. I get that it's a robot that is dealing with emotions. So many were going on for that.
Maybe they were going for that.
Yeah, maybe. But it was super annoying. I get that. Emotions are terrible. I don't like those either.
Did you guys have any problems with the voice acting? I didn't really notice.
I felt like Adams was a little on the cheesy end. Like, it was very Kingdom Heartsy, and Kingdom Hearts gets away with it because it's Kingdom Hearts.
All right. Yeah, it seems like he's like kind of more lukewarm on the game than us, but like I think the people that are actually participating are having a good time overall, and
Yeah.
I'm still loving the game personally.
Yeah, I think it's a very fun game. The story has been very interesting and new to me. I haven't dived into a context specifically like this before, so I'm having a good time, very positive time,
Yeah.
and looking forward to the next segment.
Absolutely.
I like it.
And we don't have a tea time with Bill, so just as a reminder, your next checkpoint for the RPG Club is to finish the MIA mission in Route B by December 6th. All right, so let's move on to our outro.
Alrighty, thanks for joining us on our first ever patron episode. Nice little spotlight that we had on GenericFighter. We hope you will join us next time for episode 42. It is going to be a surprise at this point. We have to juggle our options a little bit to figure out what we want to do. But for now, let's get into our plugs.
It's actually episode 43 next week.
Oh, 43. My whoopsies.
Yeah, so if you want to help the show out, one way to do that would be to go and rate and review us on whatever podcatcher app you listen to us on. Whether it be Apple or Stitcher, it really helps like the algorithm as far as visibility and like new people finding the show. So that would be very much appreciated. And if you want to submit any feedback outside of the public manner, or ask any questions, make any kind of suggestions for episode ideas, that type of thing, you can do that by emailing us at rpgafteryears@gmail.com.
We also have a pretty awesome Patreon that we put a lot of time and effort to. That includes early episode access, ad-free episodes, the aftercast, extra reviews, RPG Club, and more. So remember, for the RPG Club, December 6th, get to the MIA mission on Route B. We need to complete that mission, right?
Right. Yes.
We also have been streaming, so we stream our episodes live. Majority of the time, that's around Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern time. However, Scott does lots of extra reviews because he loves this podcasting thing, apparently. But he usually has awesome guests on for those, so check that out. Subscribe and follow the RPG After Years, so twitch.tv/RPG After Years, so that you can get alerts whenever we go live.
Absolutely. Yeah. We also announce all that shit on our Twitter and Discord, so just keep an eye out.
That's right. And speaking of some other fancy things, Scott there is wearing if you could see him, merch from the merch store at Redbubble. Please go take a look at that. You support the show that way for us.
It's a V-neck.
Yeah, V-neck. I like V-necks.
I haven't worn a V-neck since I was 17.
Nice. I wear them all the time. Most of my shirts are V-necks. So
yes. So that's where you can support the show. The next thing is the Discord. Link can be found in the show notes or pinned on a tweet on our Twitter page.
Speaking of Twitter, you can find the show at RPG Years. You can find me at JAYD Hizzle.
And me at HailBlue1569.
And me at the Scott Spot.
You can find Bill at Metunica, METUNN.
Say that again. You locked up bad.
They didn't want you to say Bill.
So, I said it, and then I was like waiting for you to start the music. You can go at Metunica, METUNNICA. Until next time, folks, catch us on episode 43. It'll be a nice little special surprise for you cool cats out there. So I'm Jay.
I'm Scott.
And I'm Rich. I'm not saying the rest of it.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. It was a good time.
Bye.
Oh, yeah. And thanks one more time to GenericFighter.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bye, guys.